We don't want to hear anything about Team USA. We know they won 7 straight golds. This is about what I will personally label the idiocy of Team USA women's basketball. How dare you make this decision? It's stupid.
The 2024 Olympics were supposed to be a showcase of Team USA's women's basketball dominance, with coach Cheryl Reeve leading a star-studded lineup to yet another gold medal. Instead, it turned into a head-scratching saga that left fans disappointed, commentators buzzing, and Stephen A. Smith absolutely fired up.
Team USA, led by A'ja Wilson and Breanna Stewart, got off to a dominant start in the 2024 Olympics by beating Japan 102-76. But according to the Olympics official website, Team USA's win over Japan only drew 13,040 fans, which was the lowest attended game among the opening 6 matchups in group play. The Serbia versus Puerto Rico game was the second worst attended game, with 15,324 fans in attendance, while Spain and China had the largest crowd with 27,021 fans in the building. 4 of the 6 opening games drew over 20,000 fans. This had some observers wondering if the presence of Caitlin Clark and A'ja Reeve would have the stands packed for Team USA.
Let's start with a bit of context. Team USA's women's basketball team has been the team to beat for decades. We're talking about a dynasty that's practically expected to collect gold medals like their souvenirs, with big names like A'ja Wilson and Breanna Stewart. Expectations for this year's Olympics were sky high. But even with a 102-76 blowout win over Japan in their opening game, something felt off. The biggest red flag, the shockingly low attendance. Only 13,040 fans showed up, the lowest for any of the opening matchups. Ouch, to put that in perspective. Spain vs China drew over 27,000 fans. Naturally, this had people wondering, would the crowd have been bigger if rising stars Caitlin Clark and A'ja Reeve were on the roster? Now, if there's one person who isn't shy about speaking his mind, it's Stephen A. Smith. And boy, did he have some things to say.
The WNBA game, although it's growing in popularity, Olympic competition is Olympic competition. Nevertheless, for Team USA's game, rife with stars, expected to blow out their competition, they drew the worst crowd. Lowest attendance of the Olympics. Far be it for me to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Didn't I tell y'all? Where's everybody at now? It's about competition, it's about competition, it's about competition, right? How does it feel, Team USA, to have 6 games, 4 of them drew over 20,000, and the one that didn't still drew 2,000 more than you? That means that outside of the 2,000 more than you for the Puerto Rico game, I think it's Serbia, right? Outside of that, the other games drew more than 6,000 fans compared to you. How does it feel?
On his show, Stephen A. didn't just critique the team's performance. He went all in, questioning everything from the roster choices to the strategies on the court. First on the chopping block, the decision to leave Caitlin Clark and A'ja Reeve off the team. You've got 2 of the most electrifying players in the game, and they're sitting at home while Team USA struggles to fill the seats. Stephen A. fumed. According to him, putting these 2 stars on the team wouldn't just have boosted the team's performance, but also packed the stands and amped up the excitement around women's basketball. He didn't stop there. Stephen A. called out Cheryl Reeve and the selection committee for what he saw as a massive missed opportunity. This was their chance to grow the game, and they blew it, he said, making it clear that he wasn't buying any excuses. According to Stephen A., the team's disappointing crowd numbers and lackluster performance were symptoms of a bigger problem, a failure to capitalize on the star power that could have made the Olympics a can't-miss event.
See, we want to act like marketing and business don't play a role in all of this. Have you ever been to the Olympics? Do you know they'll remove you from events if they have a sponsorship deal with Coca-Cola and you drinking a Pepsi? I would know. I've been to 2 of them. I covered the Olympics in Sydney, Australia in 2000. I covered it in Athens, Greece in 2004. I would know. I ain't been back since. Don't want to go back. I can't stand the Olympics. I'm not talking about the games. I'm not talking about the competition. I'm talking about the way the Olympics treats people, particularly the media. I can't stand it. You have no rights. Everything's so restrictive because you're doing business with everybody and you're milking every penny for all it's worth, every chance you get. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's why you should have had Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, because they are a draw. I never once said that Caitlin Clark should have been on the team ahead of the 12 people selected ahead of her because of basketball. I said marketing matters in everything. Promotion matters in everything. And you're not going to get around that. That is what I said.
Let's talk about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese for a minute. These two aren't just rising stars. They're the future of the sport. Caitlin Clark, with her jaw-dropping three-point shots and playmaking abilities, has been turning heads and drawing comparisons to some of the greatest shooters in basketball history.
Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, teammates going against Team USA, maybe showing why they, or certainly Caitlin, deserves to be on that team. She's not in the three-point shooting contest that I think has surprised a lot of people. Off a pick and roll from the logo, Caitlin Clark is more dangerous there and a better shooter, it feels like, on the run. On the move.
About both of y'all. I told you privately, I've told the world publicly. I think y'all are a tag team for the ages. I think y'all are spectacular. But as spectacular as you are about talking the game of basketball, it's because you're great television. You matter. You draw an audience. Why? Because damn it, that brand is growing. You understand what this man has done to help lift First Take? I ain't apologizing. You make decisions, marketing. I want people watching. I want eyeballs. I want advertising dollars. Why? Because he'll get paid. Y'all will get paid. And guess who else will get paid? You see where I'm coming from? That's what it's about. Stop acting otherwise. We know this. You don't sit up there and pass on Caitlin Clark. It was stupid, Team USA. It was a dumb decision. Everybody, there's always somebody that's a sacrificial lamb. I respect the hell out of Rebecca Lobo and what she broke down. I understand it. It was a stupid decision because it compromises what your ultimate goal is, which is to elevate the WNBA brand. How can you be that idiot? I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about Team USA. How could you be that idiotic and not make that call when throughout history, Team USA has been in part about marketing? It's dumb. Period.
Angel Reese, with her relentless drive and commanding presence, is a force to be reckoned with. So why were they left off the Olympic roster? That's the million-dollar question. Stephen A. didn't mince words, calling it a short-sighted decision. He argued that having Clark and Reese on the team wouldn't just have been good for Team USA's chances of winning. It would have been a huge boost for women's basketball as a whole. People tune in to watch stars, Stephen A. pointed out, and right now, Caitlin Clark is one of the biggest stars out there. But behind the scenes, it seems there were concerns about how Clark would fit in. With the established veterans on the team, Stephen A. wasn't having any of it.
But you didn't do it. Oh, Caitlin Clark, Dawn Staley, the great Dawn Staley, who I revere, by the way. But God, she was playing the way then, the way she's playing now. Well, wait a minute. You know she had the potential. You know, playing amongst other stars, with her marksmanship, she could have made big things happen. With her passing ability, she could have made things happen. Then she would have drawn excitement and eyeballs, and people the world over would have been watching her, which would have assisted in the elevation of the WNBA brand, which would have benefited everybody. But you didn't care. Far be it for you to pay attention to all of that. And now Team USA is that's on the docket, drawing the lowest attendance of anybody in the Olympics. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say it. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Team USA drawing the least amount of attendance? China and Serbia and Puerto Rico and them getting better ratings than you? Getting better attendance numbers than you? Really?
These are the kinds of decisions that hold the sport back, he said, suggesting that the selection committee was more worried about ruffling feathers than making the right call. So, where does this leave Team USA? After Stephen A's takedown, it's clear that the pressure is on Cheryl Reeve and her squad to deliver not just on the court, but in restoring the faith of fans who feel let down. Winning gold isn't just about adding another medal to the collection anymore. It's about proving that this team still has what it takes to be the best and excite the fan base. And then there's the broader issue. What does this mean for the future of women's basketball? If the sport wants to keep growing, it's going to need to embrace the stars who can draw crowds and keep people watching. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are those stars. Leaving them off the roster may have been a misstep, but it's one that the league and Team USA can learn from moving forward. Stephen A. Smith's takedown of Cheryl Reeve and the Team USA selection committee was more than just a rant. It was a wake-up call. The decisions made at this year's Olympics have sparked a debate about the future of the sport and the importance of star power in keeping it vibrant and growing. The Olympics have ended, but they've got a lot to prove, not just that they can win, but that they can do so in a way that excites fans and grows the game. Because, as Stephen A. reminded us all, it's not just about winning gold. It's about making sure that people care enough to watch you do it.